Here's my little booklet so far. Haven't glued the bottoms to create the pockets. This is what I started with. Watercolor circles covered with gel matte medium, so they wouldn't reactivate when I use the transfer method. This one I just did this morning, and it's really perfect. Actually, it's the kind of house I grew up in as a child in New Bedford, Massachusetts. A tenement house. I have a favorite artist up there, Robert Abel. I believe his name is, from Dartmouth, Massachusetts, and he paints these. So I copied it and reduced it back to black and white and printed it. And here's another architectural image. These are done on drawing paper, which is 9 by 12, so therefore I can't put it in the printer and create the zine. So I use the transfer method using hand gel sanitizer, which is this product. I squeeze a tiny little bit onto a cosmetic sponge and generously wipe it, but get a smooth, even, not gloppy coat. And then I flip one of the images from my, so this is one that I could easily do, flip it onto the gel, and it transfers the ink from the label paper. And then you're left with, okay, you pull it off, and often you're left with something. Matter of fact, this is the one directly from the house I just showed. I transferred this house, flipped it over, and now I am left with this, which is still a sticker. Okay, here's a sticker. You'll have to believe me, but I don't want to spend a whole lot of time. But it's still on the label paper, which is backed. So what has happened is the gel has interfered with the matteness of the sticker. As you can see, it has some shiny bits. Well, it's still a sticker, and as you can see, it's still usable. This is the backing paper. This is the sticky side. So what I do with that now is I take these pieces like this, and I cover them with watercolor, and it takes very well. Markers don't work because they are alcohol, and they reactivate the gel, and I get less than satisfactory results. Now I could put a marker on top of this now, because this has been pretty much completely covered with watercolor, as are these. Now here's another one that's ready for me to play with. It's got remnants of the sticker that I transferred. Again, I'm not going to take too much time, but if it comes up quickly, I just want you to know this is still the sticker, so it's not wasted. I transferred the ink from the print onto some other substrate. I don't happen to have it here at the moment, but it's still a good piece of sticker. I could make washi tape out of this, or in this case, cover it with watercolor, cut it into whatever pieces I want, apply markings over the watercolor. I wouldn't use the markings directly on this first, because as I said, the alcohol interferes with the remnants of the gel that's left on the plate. And any place you see it, it is interacted with the matte feature of the paper. So watercolor works beautifully, and I've been playing with these. I save every one of them that I transfer, and I will. Here's a label that I haven't transferred yet. This little architectural piece. Anyway, I want to make a quick video to show how I can transfer. By the way, if you use, this is drawing paper. It's the same size, 9 by 12 here. But this is multimedia paper, and boy does it transfer. Clear and crisp and beautiful. And I've been playing with this. This is not a transfer. As you can see, this is just a sticker. However, this is a transfer from Inkjet. And I believe this piece here was a transfer from a piece of Inkjet. Let's see what else I have. These are not, I was just trying to make a little mini journal and stuck some of these in there. And this is a transfer, it's not a sticker, so you can't feel it, but this is a transfer. And I know that this is a transfer of, I managed to save a whole sheet. Instead of cutting them up in pieces like this, I managed to use like a whole sheet of label paper without cutting it up before I transferred. So now I had this whole sheet of grungy stuff. I ran it through the printer, and what you see here is what printed on top of the grungy leftover online label. In fact, it's like this, only a full 8.5 by 11 sheet, which I put again through the printer probably for the second time. First time it had some other image on it, and then I managed to use them all up and then printed on top of it, which is why it has some sheen to it, which usually they don't. So, but this is a transfer from the matte label, and this is a transfer from the matte label, and so I get double use out of the label. Instead of pitching it after I transfer it, which leaves these grungy pieces, I turn these grungy pieces into stickers. And from these I can do a multitude of things. I can now draw on top of them. I can stamp on top of them. I can pretty much, do anything I want to. Add some front design. And then again, now, this is the sticker that can be applied. This is the sticker side, and still has plenty of glue, and it still can be applied to anything. Cut it up in pieces, do various things with it. So that's why first I started throwing these away, when I used them. And then I began to think, well, it's still a sticker. And yes, much of the print has come off, but it's still a sticker. So I can quickly add the color to it with the watercolors and other designs and use it as a washi tape or bits and pieces and have some fun and not waste it, not pitch it in the garbage. That's it for today.